Sydney's property market has long been a safe haven for investors, but the COVID pandemic is hitting the rental market hard. There are now more than 27,000 properties sitting empty across the city, including this one in the inner west suburb of Camperdown.
Before pandemic, this would be very popular with sharers, people working in the CBD or uni students.
But the three-bedroom terrace has been vacant for nearly a month now.
So things are taking probably double the amount of time to lease.
Sydney's residential vacancy rate is the highest in the country. Across the CBD, it's almost doubled over the last year. In Ultimo, the vacancy rate is more than 4 times higher, while in Burwood, it's almost tripled. Here in Chippendale, there are 3 times as many empty homes for rent compared to last year. A simple online search shows just how many places are on offer. In these 4 buildings alone, there are more than 150 apartments now up for rent. But there are suburbs that have bucked the trend, including Ryde, Homebush, Roseville and Gordon, with only a slight increase in rental vacancies.
It's been quite a different experience though across different parts of the city. The area that's been most impacted by quite some way is the CBD, so that's where we normally get a lot of the overseas students will locate themselves there, and that demand has obviously taken a significant hit with the closing of the border. We've also seen some drop off in demand, we think, from some of the younger people that might be normally in share houses.
With the laws of supply and demand at play, rents have been plummeting.
Hey Chris, how are you?
Chris Buckingham and his housemates negotiated a rent reduction of $100 a week on their Petersham share house.
If we didn't have a rent reduction, then for sure we were going to leave the house.
It's the first time he's ever had his rent decrease.
I feel that we have a lot more power as renters in terms of choosing where we live and how we live. There are a lot more options out there.
One of the biggest drops in rent came in the CBD, where the median price plunged to almost $800. In nearby Darlinghurst, it's dropped by around $100, and near Sydney Airport, rents have fallen by around $250. For small businesses on a lease, the picture is grim and more complex. Joanne Ho has been running her hair salon for 9 years. It's right outside Central Station and normally bustling with customers. Now foot traffic is all but gone.
During the coronavirus, I lose lots of customers. For example, the uni students, some people work around, and the patient, some you cannot catch the train coming here. This is the road, this road, Eddie Avenue. Some people said that the city looks like a ghost city.
Nearby shops have already closed down, and Joanne Ho is afraid she might have to do the same once JobKeeper and her rent reduction period ends.
I think in the future, this is the road still for the business is very bad. You cannot afford this now, the high rent.
The number of empty shops in Sydney has doubled in just 6 months.
With companies taking a stance to having people working from home, we're seeing that retailers aren't doing the turnover to the levels that we're doing pre-COVID.
Companies are also rethinking the need to rent expensive office spaces. In the CBD, the number of empty offices has increased, with even bigger rises in North Sydney and Parramatta.
We are seeing a number of businesses really honing in and looking at what their business looks like going forward. There's been an acceptance of remote working.
And looking even further into the future, the picture is grim. For investors, rents are likely to stay depressed while our borders are closed and the pandemic goes on. And economists believe property prices will be next to suffer sustained falls.
The economic conditions are obviously very challenging right now, and so from a demand, affordability, ability to pay perspective, that's a negative. And so you sort of put those things together and you do get falling prices, and so we think we are going to see falling prices at least for the next 12 months, maybe even 18 months and beyond that.
Uncertainty, it seems, may be the only thing investors can rely on for now. Lydia Feng, ABC News, Sydney.